wow, but this dude was getting paid like $3.4 million to do that gig, dude, a year. My man.
Yeah, but here's the deal though. The former boss of ESPN, he's the one running this Fox Sports Network.
Mm-hmm.
So I could see him easily staying over there.
Yeah.
I mean,
that dude ain't gonna be home.
You'll see a couple more of those cats from me because actually Skip Bayless, his contract is about to be up, and I saw that's how I even started at the ESPN. The old boss is his Fox because he's the one that originally hired Skip. So they were saying that it's a good chance that ESPN won't re-sign him and he end up over there at Fox.
Yeah, that's the only way if they fire him because he ain't leaving. Yeah, he's gonna stay stuck to that nipple as long as he possibly can. Yeah, cats ain't just leaving that joint. Yeah, you gotta fire dudes once they get there. So yeah, good for them. We only got like 14 minutes and we have none on this day yet. So let's go ahead and get that out the way. On this day is our daily look back at events and things that have happened in sports on this particular day in the past. I botched that, but whatever.
It's the Sports Kings.
On this day.
All right, Rob, on this day in 1866, long time
Oh, that
ago.
was a good thing.
It was?
Mm-hmm.
I think we were shackled up doing something that we didn't want to do in
We weren't
1866.
shackled in 1886, folks.
No, 1866 we weren't?
1866?
Yeah. They didn't have slaves in 1866?
Maybe.
We'll get
I
our
don't
crack.
know.
We'll get our crack staff or our staff that's on crack or whatever. Go hire some crackheads. That's what we'll do. Anyway, in 1866 on this day, Australian rules football was created. So, yeah, that happened. Dudes was like, you know what? Screw those pads and helmets. I don't know if they had helmets in regular football in 1866 or if they even had regular football in 1866. I don't know.
Yeah, slavery ended in 1863.
Yeah.
But a lot of slaves weren't
that.
aware that it ended until 65.
Right, the brothers didn't have no Twitter. Like, hey, dog, it's over. Tweet. No.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the Pony Express had to spread that message or whatever. On this day in 1878, Paul Hines made baseball's first unassisted triple play. On this day in 1909, Chief Bender of the Philadelphia Athletics hit 2 inside the park home runs against Boston. That's like Cool Papa Bill probably hit like 12 in one game, but they just ain't recognized.
Oh, yeah.
On this day in 1915, H.P. Whitney's Regret became the first Philly to win the Kentucky Derby. Not really knowing what a Philly is. I guess it's different than what do we call fine girls? A thoroughbred?
Who?
Fine girls.
No, thoroughbred.
A Philly is differently than a different. Different. Well, Clydesdale don't run no damn Derby. I mean, on this day in 1935, Ernie Lombardi of the Cincinnati Reds hit 4 doubles on consecutive at-bats against 4 different Philadelphia pitchers. On this day in 1961, the New Yorkers selected a new name for their new National League Baseball franchise, and that name was the Mets. So the Mets were born in 1961, In 1966, Frank Robinson of the Baltimore Orioles became the first player to hit a ball completely out of Cleveland's Memorial Stadium. Yeah, that was a ball move right there.
Black man.
There's another black man. On this day in 1967, the great Muhammad Ali, formerly known as Cassius Clay, was indicted for refusing induction into the U.S. Army. You know, he did that based on He did that based on his religious beliefs, him being a Muslim. On this day in 1970, the New York Knicks won their first NBA title when they defeated Los Angeles in Game 7 of the Finals. Long way away from 1970, boy. Oh, that was a long time ago. On this day in 1971, more boxing. Joe Frazier actually defeated Muhammad Ali at New York's Madison Square Garden. It was Muhammad Ali's first defeat of his pro career. On this day in 1984, the Soviet Union announced that they would not participate in the 1984 Olympics in Los Angeles. On this day in 1984 as well, the Chicago White Sox beat the Milwaukee Brewers 7-6 in 25 innings. The game was actually completed on May 9th. They went to another day with this one. On this day in 1988, Michael Jeffrey Jordan of the Chicago Bulls completed the first round of the playoffs with 226 points in 5 games against the Cleveland Cavaliers. Yes, that happened. That dude scored. And it's a 5-game series, too. I'm sure that record is probably...
That dude scored 40. He scored 40 a game.
That's real talk.
Oh, my goodness.
Yeah, youngsters out there, just understand what we're saying. This really happened in the world. A human being did that.
Oh, my God.
Yeah. And we saw it happen. This is 1988. I was in, what grade in 1980? I was in, like, 6th grade in 1988. So, yeah, I saw this happen.
My God.
On this
Dude averaged 40.
On this day in 1993, Lennox Lewis actually defended his WBC heavyweight title for the first time. He was in a unanimous 12-round decision over one Tony Tucker. And on this day, finally in 2012, Josh Hamilton of the Texas Rangers, then of the Anaheim Angels, now again of the Texas Rangers, became the 16th player in Major League history to hit 4 home runs in one ball game. Oh, it seems like that just happened yesterday, and then cocaine and alcohol became part of the equation again. And
he traded the long ball for the 8 ball.
Oh yeah, there you go. Where's that thing at? Let's give him one of these real quick. Where is it? Oh God, the moment's almost gone, isn't it? Yeah, but first, yeah. But that is, ladies and gentlemen, on this day. All right, we got a couple minutes left. Let's get through the rest of these NFL headlines real quick. Dante Fowler Jr., very, very unfortunate thing happened with the
terrible ball.
The 3rd overall pick in the 2015 NFL draft for the Jacksonville Jaguars in the first hour of his career. Wow, tore his knee up. Tore his ACL, man, just on a routine pass rush.
Just think, just a couple weeks ago, this dude was one of the most touted, guys going into the draft. Teams were all hopeful to have the opportunity to draft this kid. Jacksonville found themselves fortunate enough. I mean, not only to draft, a good player, but somebody that, is played right there in the state of Florida, being a Gator. It was like it could be more perfect for him.
Right. Yeah.
And to see this happen today, man, it's one of those things. I mean, I read that I think he's the first draft pick, like a top 3 draft pick, to miss the whole season since Carson Palmer in 2003.
Mm-hmm. And hopefully for him, man, hopefully it's just an ACL. It's nothing more complicated than that. Something that the basic, what's become now a basic knee reconstruction in English, and he can get back next year and do his thing, man. Hopefully.
But the thing. Now, what I read when I initially started reading the article when the news came out was it was saying that he hadn't signed his contract yet.
No,
so I'm like,
but he signed what's called like
a waiver,
good faith type deal, where they're still going to go ahead and negotiate and pay him what scale is for that draft pick. So he's all right. He has paperwork in place that protects him against this particular thing happening, because no agent in his right mind is going to let his client get on the football field without some sort of protection. In the event that something this catastrophic does happen, when it ended up happening. Another rookie, Randy Gregory, not nearly as serious, but had to be kind of helped off the practice field today. It was a little hot in Dallas, and he was feeling a little dizzy, so some of the training staff had to help him and a couple of other rookies as well. It wasn't just him; it was like him and maybe 3 other guys who maybe were undrafted rookies, but he's the most prominent name. Actually, he made the headline, but I'm assuming it was pretty hot. It was pretty hot here today. It was like somewhere around 87, close to 90 today, and it's going to get hotter and hotter. So I can only assume what it was in Dallas, Texas. So he'll be all right. Get some fluids in him. He'll be back. This story here, I didn't know whether to put this under football or baseball or whatever. So I just closed my eyes and threw it on the notes on the football. So apparently, Redskins, see, everything is just wrong with what I'm about to say. The Redskins GM, the new GM, I think he's new, a couple years in, Scott McLaughlin.
I think he's been about 2 years.
He gave a scouting
But this
report
might be his second year.
on Bryce Harper. You know what I mean? And it seemed to me, because again my moral compass is totally obliterated and smashed. It seemed innocent. It seemed like one of those things that is said and it's fact based. One. But it makes people uncomfortable, so they feel like they need to be offended by it. Okay, I know you're finally saying, well, Mike, what the hell is it? Okay, here it is. All right. He was on 106.7 The Fan, the Grant and Danny show. And this is according to Chase Hughes of CSNWashington.com. His scouting report on Bryce Harper, the young phenom for the Washington Nationals, just hit like 3 home runs in a row like 2 days ago. Like blasted 3 shots in a row on 6 pitches. So very good baseball player, to say the least. He says, quote, probably strong safety. But I went to a game a couple of weeks ago, and he flipped his hips and caught a fly ball out in right field in the corner. And I thought maybe cornerback. But I'm thinking, okay, no, he's got to be a safety. He's a white guy. End quote. And he's right. And now everyone want to get their panties in a bunch because again, this is like the Harrison kid calling Frank Kaminsky the N-word. You don't know how to act because he didn't. Is a white guy talk about another white dude,
another white guy,
and everything he's saying is correct. And what's funny is me and one of my white partners had this conversation some years ago, and he asked me very earnestly. He was like, Mike, people are still making a big deal about the black quarterback, but no one ever talks about the white cornerback. And I was like, okay, that's a fair question, but here's the difference. A quarterback can be many things. Outside of color, you can have your running quarterback, you can have your pocket guy. You can have a mixture of the two, and that can come in a white or black person. But playing cornerback, you have to have a specific skill set. And what happens is, with the white kid, when he's in Pop Warner and when he's in middle school or when he's in high school, he doesn't get put at those positions. He gets put at linebacker, he gets put at safety, he gets put at wide receiver, those type of things. So when he gets to the next level, college, you name me the last white cornerback not named Jason Sehorn. I'll wait. Yeah, I'll hang up and listen. First time, long time. Yeah, you name me that guy. He don't exist. So what my man is saying is factual. They don't breed these dudes anymore. You got Eric Weddle. He's a safety. He's a white dude and a good damn safety too. He's about to get paid money and say he ain't showing up to camp until they do pay him some money. He's one of the best safeties in the league.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, I hadn't even thought about that, man.
Really? No?
I just don't think, when I look out on the field, I just ain't never thought about it.
Jason Sehorn is like a triceratops. He's like the last of his kind. He's extinct now. No more white corners. And it's because of what it is.
But then when I think about white safety, there's been a plethora of them.
Yeah, I don't say a plethora. There's been a few. There's been like Scott Frost, and there's been like Eric Weddle, and Case. Well, damn, dude, that's like 20 years ago.
Oh, you talking about recent?
Right. Scott Case, by the way, who did start off as a cornerback. Scott Case, the great number 25 for the Atlanta Falcons. Like now it's basketball season again for whatever reason. When I'm supposed to be saying football stuff, it becomes basketball season again. So yeah, I was like, people want to get they pens in the butt. It's like, oh my God, now watch the next article I'm gonna read you guys about this. When I give you guys an update, he'll be apologizing. Quit that. You said what you meant, and you were right.
There's nothing to apologize for, though.
And plus, it was funny. And the rule is, humor trumps everything. All your little your little sensibilities. If it's funny, everything else out the window. Chuck it immediately. So
I mean, come on, man. You talking to a football guy about baseball. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So naturally, it's gonna come back to football. To everything come back to football. Yeah, that's you know what I'm saying? So yeah, come on, man. That was very funny.
That's gonna do it for hour number 1, ladies and gentlemen. The last 2 hours of the week on the Sports Kings podcast. Big Mike, Rob Calloway with you. As always, we're on Spreaker.com. We're also on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook at Sports Kings Live. email us, sportskingslive@gmail.com. We got some other funny little things to talk about, some NBA stuff, and just some general humoristic whatever stuff for a Friday, man. So come back and join us. We'll be right back.